I started painting because I got kicked out of band. I was in high school and I had a really bad attitude, and I told the band teacher to fuck off. He was a real asshole, actually. Anyway, that's apparently not appropriate, and so I had to start taking art. It turned out that art was kind of way cooler, actually. I didn't think I could draw at all. And they didn't think so either. So I kind of had to sweet talk my way into art class and try to charm the teachers and make them laugh and get them to let me to use the art materials. And I just really fell in love with oil painting. I was probably like a junior in high school. You know, honestly, I have no idea how this show went. I actually left here and called my mom and asked her. Just because I feel like I spent the whole time just saying hi to different people. I don't even know how many people were here or if they were having fun. And normally, I'm an obsessive hostess, so I go around and ask everybody 100 times, if they're having a good time. And I didn't get to do that at all, so I have no idea if anyone had any fun, which was kind of my main goal, actually. I have been painting on plywood for a while. Actually, I started drawing on plywood when I was a senior in high school. And I just kind of got back into painting on it right before the hurricane. At that time, I was walking through a neighborhood, and I saw all this plywood in piles on the ground, and I thought, your first instinct is kind of like, oh wow, it's like painting material. I've been using this, and everybody else thinks that it's trash right now because it's been damaged by the water. And Mike, my friend Mike Garman, who makes furniture, has always used plywood, even though it's not technically like a pretty wood or a sought after wood. And so we kind of started talking about, when you're doing art and you're making choices about what's valuable and what's not. And something that was very valuable to us was not valuable to other people. And that's kind of what art is all about, is trying to figure out what's important to talk about or what's important to show people. And so it just kind of seemed like an interesting theme, and we started talking back and forth about it and came up with the idea for this show. That was a long time ago, and it took a long time to figure out where we would have it and how we would set it up if we had it. And then it finally happened. And I think it was just so long in the making that it kind of feels overwhelming to me now in retrospect, because you kind of put 2 years of your life into one evening, and then that evening ends, and it's kind of like, okay, now what do I do? I don't really have a favorite piece right now, because I think I'm being very critical of my work right now. I think I like this lady in gray that's in the back corner. People seem to like the horses, but I don't know, I end up criticizing it in my mind. Maybe this is the new one over there, just because it's new, and I haven't gotten a chance to feel bad about it at all yet. I'm mainly inspired, I guess, by experiences in my life and how they made me feel on several levels. And I like the idea of kind of exploring that one person can feel several ways about one thing, and that we're not one-dimensional people. People aren't, we don't just feel sad or whatever. We're kind of a mix of lots of different things, And so trying to take a portrait or take a landscape or even take a still life and put several different emotions into it is a challenge. I relate more obviously to women. And women are kind of, I think, unexplored in a certain way. A lot of historically women have been shown only in certain dimensions, in my opinion, either sexually or as a nude or as the mother figure. And so I kind of wanted to explore women who were just women. I used to paint a lot with blue, and that was like my favorite color, and I'm really trying to push myself to expand my color palette, and a lot of the paintings in here were like huge experiments in color for me. I really was conscientious of trying to kind of push myself with color. I do have creative block, and I'm predicting that I will probably have one for the next couple of months. The way you get over it is by, like in my case, I have piles and piles around my house of like, you know, photos or pictures that I've torn out of magazines that kind of interest me, or a color that interests me in a painting or something. And then I also keep sketchbooks, and I try to sketch a lot. And I think sketching is a really good way to tap back into your kind of creative zone, because it turns your eye back on. In 10 years from now, I would love to be a much better painter, and to, I mean, I don't know, I would love to go back to school, I guess, and actually learn it. I would love to like have any name recognition. I mean, you know, I would love to have a show outside of the city. I don't know.